I call the meeting to order for the Bryan Municipal Utilities, December 3rd meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome. And the first thing on the agenda, John, would you call the roll, please?
I will. Karen Ford,
Present.
Annette Schreiner,
Here.
Jim Salsbury, Dick Long,
Present.
and Bob Eyre.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Salsbury is absent for this evening, obviously, but duly noted.
Next up is to approve the minutes of the November 19th meeting. You've all been presented with a copy of the minutes. Are there any questions or changes? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
Karen, I did not see any changes needed to the minutes for the November 19th, 2024 meeting. So I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Annette,
Yes?
Dick,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Bob.
Yes.
Hearing of public concerns, there are none, so we will move on to a resolution to approve 2025 BMU budget and request City Council adoption. John, would you please number and read?
I will. Resolution number 27, 2024, approving the 2025 Bryan Municipal Utilities budget and requesting City Council adoption of the same.
Derek?
The board was presented a draft copy of the 2025 budget at the November 19th meeting, along with a presentation and capital project discussion from the management team. Since then, there have been no significant changes to the budget. Everything is essentially the same as what was presented to you. If you have any additional questions, happy to entertain those. If not, I respectfully request that the board approve of the 2025 budget and request the City Council adopt the same.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget for 2025.
I'll second.
Bob,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Dick.
Yes.
Up next, another resolution. This one to approve an addendum to the North Industrial Park agricultural lease. John, would you please number and read?
Resolution number 28, 2024, authorizing the Director of Utilities to execute an addendum to the lease of agricultural land owned by the City of Bryan, Ohio, located at the North Industrial Park.
So we're currently in a 3-year lease agreement with Neil McGill for approximately 70 tillable acres at the North Industrial Park. That agreement began February 5th, 2024, and it ends December 31st, 2026. With the recent sale of 15 acres in the industrial park, it's necessary to update the agreement with an addendum. You've been provided with a copy of that. The addendum reflects the change from 70 to 55 acres, and all other terms of the agreement remain the same. If there's any questions, if not, I respectfully request the board approve the addendum to the North Industrial Park lease agreement.
Questions? Otherwise, motion, please.
So moved.
I'll second.
Dick,
Yes.
Annette,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Bob.
Yes.
Up next is a resolution to authorize advertising for bids and entering into an agricultural lease agreement. John, would you please number and read?
Resolution number 29, 2024, authorizing the Director of Utilities to solicit proposals and enter into an agreement for a lease of 12488 State Route 34 for agricultural purposes.
Derek?
So with the anticipation of the current lease agreement expiring, the Again, this resolution authorizes advertising for bids and entering into a new 3-year agreement. This is for the property known as the Bryan Solar Field. Contains approximately 60 tillable acres. We anticipate advertising for bids on January 2nd, 2025 and January 16th, 2025 with a bid opening on January 30th, 2025 at 12 p.m. here in the boardroom. I would respectfully request authorization to advertise for bids and enter into an agricultural lease agreement for the solar field.
I have a question, Derek.
Yeah.
Right off the top of your head, do you remember what it leased at per acre last year?
I think it was 205.
205. Okay,
That would have been for the previous 3 years.
okay.
And every year it's been leased. So it's not something new.
So I don't have the exact year, Bob, but it used to be alfalfa on there.
Right.
And then the yields weren't producing, and so we went then a 3-year lease agreement to get the 3-year crop rotation.
I understand. So make a motion to approve the solar field agricultural lease.
Second?
Bob?
Yes.
Dick?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
And Annette?
Yes.
Next up is a motion will be needed to approve and sign a letter of support. Gary?
Yes, so we've talked about this topic a couple times, and you also heard it last night at the city council meeting. But the Williams County Port Authority and Frontier Community Service, they're looking to secure a $1 million tax credit for funding for a 50-unit senior living community here in the city of Bryan. This is to develop and construct 50 single-level, 2-bedroom ranch-style rentals for seniors 55 years or older at 300 West Fountain Grove Drive. The approval of this motion will offer the board's full support of the proposed new senior living community named Fountain Creek Senior Villas.
Question I have there, what does full support mean?
I mean, you're putting your support behind this project and it being developed and constructed.
But that doesn't affect rates that we charged or anything like that? Okay. So
Yeah, I
we're
don't think
support.
there's any monetary support.
Yeah, okay. So it's just simply a support that we will provide electric, water service, but with the fact that.
I think this is our third time
This is the third time. yes.
that we've offered letters. Every time they've applied for
Right.
the grant, we've supplied them with a letter of support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Derek, I have a quick question. I remember when the very first time we went through the design and everything like that, has the design changed at all that you're aware of?
I believe from the very first time to this time, they added additional units. I believe it was 44 the first time.
That sounds
and now
right.
it's
Now it's 50. Yes, you're
So,
right.
There've been tweaks to help
Yeah.
it score better because it's come so close, but
Yeah.
I could not recite what those tweaks are,
Yeah.
but that's as good a one.
So probably really nothing major other than increasing the amount.
Because I remember last night at council, the mayor said, we missed it the first time by 1 point.
1 point.
I don't remember what the number was for the second.
She said it was far greater than 1.
Okay,
Because there was a new director or something? Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Dick?
Yes,
Bob?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
And Annette?
Yes.
we need the houses.
Next up is to effect the semi-monthly disbursements to pay the bills.
Do you have a quick question? We have a $25,000 from Bryan Municipality Utilities. I'm not sure what that is.
That's the fiber lease payment from the communications to the electric department.
Transfer.
It's a payment to the lease.
Okay.
It's to annual payment.
Thank you.
There's only,
So we budgeted in 2025 for one final more payment.
one more payment that's in the budget, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good
I
question.
just saw Bryan Municipal payment vendor thing.
Motion, please?
I will make a motion that we pay the bills.
I'll second.
Annette,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Dana.
Yes.
Okay. Comments from BPA and staff. Derek, would you start us off, please?
Just a couple real quick items. The digger derrick has arrived. It was put on order almost 39 months ago. So we took delivery of that on November 22nd. There'll be a final walkthrough next week, and it'll be put into service on December 10th on or about. So glad to see that here. And then one last thing is just a reminder that the internet service is ending December 9th at 4 p.m. We've had letters sent out, we've had social media posts, website information, we've done door hangers, and we've also made phone calls. So just one kind of final reminder that December 9th at 4 p.m. The internet service will end. That's all I have.
Do you know if you have very many people still hanging on?
We're sitting around 300 customers. We have found that a lot of customers have switched providers, but they haven't called and canceled their service with us. So we're trying to remind folks that if you switch providers, you still need to cancel your BMU service. So
I'm one of them. I'm guilty, I'm sorry.
And my electric bill dropped when I opened it up the other day. I was like, what happened? And then I remembered, well, it's because I switched.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, John.
I don't have anything tonight.
Lucas?
I do have a quick question about the addendum to the agricultural lease. You did that before your 3-year contract was up. Is there going to be any sort of like negative consequences from you for that, or is that just you're allowed to change it as?
That's what the addendum's for. We're just reducing the acreage from 70 to 55, but all the other terms stay
And
the
you're
same.
just allowed to change the acreage as it's sold off without any sort of payment to the farmer or anything like that, any sort of?
There's provisions for that in the
Okay.
agreement, but the farmer was able to take his crops off before any of the construction started.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you. Bob?
Based upon the current weather scenario, I'm guessing that we didn't have to run any peak. Okay. That's good because we want to protect those 5 days that we have. The weather we're currently experiencing is what we have mid-January. So then I see the forecast getting more back to seasonal temperatures. So that's good news that we can protect that peak day contract so that when it does hit between January 20th and February 10th, that is the critical period when in Northwest Ohio we hit the coldest temperatures. So that time frame, we want to make sure that we have that storage protected for that time frame.
Can you repeat that time frame?
January 20th to February 10th is the coldest period that we experience in Northwest Ohio. So what we want to do is make sure that our peak day storage contract is at full
Right.
between
At
that
the
time
beginning.
frame. We don't want to jeopardize having to use it before then. I mean, the options would be to buy spot gas, which I would recommend we do that. But that time frame is going to be critical for us to protect for those customers. So. And I look forward to seeing you guys at Christmas party.
I have nothing, Karen.
I have nothing.
Okay. I have one thing to mention, and on our committee sheet, when that was created earlier in the year, we had planned on having a committee meeting on December 12th. Then we were going to cancel that for just this period.
Okay.
So when's our next meeting?
Next meeting,
17th?
pardon me?
Oh, you mean for committees?
BMU meeting next.
Oh, 17th.
It'll be, yeah, the Tuesday, the 17th, I
17th,
believe this
okay.
is. Mhm.
Karen, do you want to discuss a year-end meeting?
Let's wait till next time. Next meeting. We can bring it up.
If you want to finish all the business by the end of the year, that will be the last meeting.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I will second it.
Dick?
Yes.
Annette?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes,
Bob?
Yes.
meeting adjourned.